Good morning, students. This is your science class, and today we will continue first chapter. In our previous classes, we have already learned about living things and non-living things. Now, today we study about the special features of living things. So, my dear student, living things need water and food. This is the first feature of living things. Living things need water and food to survive. Living things die quickly without water. They can live for some time without food, but not for long. After a while, they will die. Food helps all creatures to grow and live. Food gives us energy needed to work and play. Similarly, animals and plants also need food to stay alive. Animals get their food from plants and other animals. Here, these are the pictures in which you can see the food eaten by animals. Cow eat grass, lions eat animals, and birds eat insects. So these are the food which are eaten by these different animals and birds. Plants also make food for themselves with the help of air, water and sunlight. You can see here, this is the plant and root. Its root plant absorb water from by the help of roots from soil, and leaf absorb sunlight, and leaf also absorb carbon dioxide from the air and produce oxygen. So here plant make food for themselves with the help of air, water and sunlight. This process is called photosynthesis. By this process, plant make its food. A plant will dry up if it is not watered regularly. So all living things need water and food, but non-living things do not need food and water. This is the first feature of living things. Living things need water and food. Now the second feature of living things is they breathe air. All living things breathe air to live. As press your nose between your thumb and a finger, soon you will feel uncomfortable. So we need water to breathe. Similarly, like us, animal and plants breathe to live. Like us, most of the animal breathe through nose, but some other animals like frogs breathe in water. Frogs breathe in water through the skin and on land through their lungs. So frog live into water and on the land. Fish breathe through their gills, and grasshoppers, butterflies, etc. breathe through air holes. This is grasshopper and this breathes through air holes. Now, like insect, animals, plants also breathe through opening in their leaves, which is called stomata. So living things breathe air, but non-living things do not breathe. So first features of living things is living things need water and food, and the second features of living things is living things breathe air. Now the third features of living things grow. All living things grow. Their size and appearance change over the time. A human baby grows into an adult. A chick grows into a cock, and a teeny plant grow into a big plant or tree. So the third features of living things is living things grow, but non-living things do not grow. Now the fourth feature of living things is all living things move. Living things move. It shows they alive. Animals and human beings move from one place to another. Animal move from place to place to get food, water and shelter. They also move to escape from their enemies. Enemies means शत्रु. अपने शत्रु से बचने के लिए लिविंग थिंग्स एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूव करते हैं. A dog wanders here and there. A bird flies in the air. A deer runs very fast in the forest. A fish can swim in the water. A frog jumps. This movement of animals is known as locomotion. Means locomotion is the movement of animals to save its life from enemies or to find food. So the fourth features of living things is living things move, but non-living things do not move. As you see in picture, bird flies, deer runs, fish swims, and a frog jumps. It is true that plants do not move like us or animals, okay? But we can see their movement. When a sunflower turns its face towards the sun, we can also see the movement of leaves of touch me not plant when we touch them. So all living things move, but non-living things do not move by themselves. Now the fifth features of living things, all living things feel. That means respond. They respond to external stimulus. As you know, all living things feel happy or sad. We laugh when we feel happy, but when we cry, we feel sad. Living things also feel cold or hot. When we touch something, we feel the heat. Even we touch anything, we feel that the thing is rough or smooth, whether it is hard or soft. Like us, animals can also feel cold, heat or pain. They feel danger. They search for their food through their sense organs. A dog wags its tail to show happiness. Plant too can feel. Plant look fresh when watered. They do not have sense organ, but they feel changes around them. Sunflower turn towards the sun. The leaves of the Touch me not plant close immediately when we touch them. Plants can also feel light and grow towards it. As you see in this picture, the light comes from outside of the window, then inside the plant move towards the light. So the fifth feature of living things feel, but non-living things do not feel anything. Living things feel, but non-living things do not feel anything. Now the sixth feature of living things is living things reproduce. All living things reproduce. Humans, animals and plants reproduce their own kind. Human and most animal give birth to babies that are like themselves. This is called reproduction. All living things reproduce. This is the sixth features of living things. As you see in picture, a mother produce a baby, seeds germinate and reproduce a plant. Here a hen reproduce egg and then chicks. So living things reproduce, but non-living things do not reproduce. Now the sixth feature of living things is living things die. All living things have a definite life cycle. All plant, animal and human beings grow from their birth and reach and become old and ultimately they die. None of them lives forever. As you see in picture, we born infant, then grow child, and then adolescence, then adult, and then in a special condition, and then elderly, and at last we die. So we all not lives forever, but non-living things do not die. So living things need water and food. Living things breathe air. Living things grow. Living things moves. Living things feel. Living things reproduce. Living things die. But non-living things do not die, do not produce, do not feel anything, and do not move by themselves, do not need food and water, and non-living things do not grow, do not breathe. So these are the main features of living things. Now your homework for today is write the difference between living things and non-living things, which are given on page number 10. This is difference between living and non-living things. So this is your homework. Write down this in your copy and learn. Also learn the keywords of this chapter. Natural things means things present in or formed by nature. Man-made things, things that made by humans. Growth, the process of increasing in size. Locomotion means the ability to move from one place to another. Gills means respiratory organ. Stimulus means something that causes a reaction in an organ. So these are the keywords you learn very well. So for today this is enough. In our next class we will do exercise of these chapters.